Yes.
Tell me about beaches.
The sound is never going to work here.
No, we have a microphone.
I don't think it's going to work with this
Just
much
do
ambient
it.
sound.
Just do it.
Beaches! So here's what I think about beaches. They're wonderful. They're magical. Some of them are terrible, like the beaches in Japan. For some reason, all the beaches in Japan are covered with seaweed and dead crabs and rocks. And you can't get anything like this, at least not that I experienced. There's probably a few places, but not that I found. But there are some countries with amazing beaches. Australia. I mean, you really can't go anywhere without encountering a magnificent beach, essentially because 90% of the country is on the edges of the country. The inside's just a big desert. I remember one day in Australia, it was so goddamn hot, and I was hitchhiking, and I just saw this beach, and I just took off all my clothes and just jumped in. It was totally private, beautiful, fabulous, awesome. Of course, everything can kill you in Australia, so, you know, I'm lucky I didn't get stung by a jellyfish or, God forbid, you know, killed like Steve Irwin by a stingray, but you can't live your life worried that you're going to be killed every time you jump in the ocean. And I'll never forget when I was in Ireland, I encountered this beach just randomly. I was just in the area, and I encountered this beach where the flatness of it, you know, if you look down here, there's only a little bit of flatness to the beach along the shoreline. There was this beach I encountered in Ireland that had flatness going for a mile. It was unbelievable. A mile from the water to the edge of the beach, just flat sand. It was amazing. It was the best beach walk I'd ever taken. It was so flat and so wide, people were driving their cars through it, which kind of sucked. It kind of ruined the beauty of the moment. But beaches are amazing, and also great places to sleep. That's the one other thing I'll say is along the coast of Croatia and Bosnia, right? There's an inlet beach going into that sea that also Italy's in. I can't remember, the Mediterranean Sea. And all the beaches there, instead of sand, they have these big fat stones, which is really wonderful. They're just soft enough to walk on, but unlike sand, which is going to get into your tent and all your equipment and your clothes and yourself, they don't get anywhere because they're just big, round, soft stones. So I would sleep out on those beaches. I did it 2 or 3 times, 4 times. It was amazing. It was wonderful. The temperature was just perfect, and you sleep to the sound of the waves coming in. And the last thing I'll say, I've always loved the beach. I've always loved coming to walk on the beach ever since I was a kid. There's just something beautiful about the sea air and the waves. And I always tell you, one day when we retire, I don't want to retire on a mountain. I want to retire on the beach. Beach town. Cold beach with cold fog. Perfect for a writer. The beach is wonderful. And that's, I mean, I'm sure there's a whole ecological angle, you know, talking about animals and plants and beach and marine life, which I've also always been fascinated with. I've been fascinated with marine life, especially life on the coast, my whole life. But I'm not going to get into that because we're trying to keep these videos short. So that's what I have to say about the beach.